I don't know. I don't understand why they make these decisions. It seems to me that the people in charge of geek properties, comic book properties, they just use them as IP farms. And it seems to me that they actually genuinely hate the fans. They don't like the fact that the fans don't just go along with their stupid bullshit. They think that they know better than the fans when they get these properties. Like that one asshole who was the producer on Black Panther. He's like, oh no, if you're a fan of if a writer comes to me and he's a fan or she's a fan of the property, that's a red flag. They shouldn't be a fan of it because this stuff is stupid and ridiculous. So I don't know. I mean, James Gunn, I really liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy. The second one was all right, but it wasn't as good as the first one. I disliked Suicide Squad. And I didn't bother watching Peacemaker because I didn't like, some of the cast and what they did to Vigilante. Just on the strength of the trailer alone, Vigilante was nothing like himself. And I'm really tired of Gunn's sense of humor. Him and YTT have become insufferable at this point. So I'm just like, I'm not interested in the third Guardians of the Galaxy. I talked to the trailer and I was thinking I'm going to go see it, but I'm like, nah, I'm done with the MCU. Endgame is where it's done. I'm not going any further with it. And now with this news, I was excited for Cavill finally coming back to play Superman again. And I started following him on Instagram after he did a little video saying he was coming back. And then, they do this shit to him. So I was sliding in this girl's DMs on Instagram when I saw this post. I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. I mean, the guy's a successful actor. He's probably a millionaire, I'm sure. But it still sucks because, the guy's, he feels like one of us, one of the geeks who really appreciates his stuff. Like, he appreciated The Witcher, and it was like apparently a dream role for him. And, look what those assholes did with that. I know people are like, man, James Gunn fired Henry Cavill right after he quit The Witcher so he could be Superman. But I don't think it was that. I think he would have done both roles. I think when that guy in Disney who is doing what the X-Men 97 reboot or remake, when he said that the writing staff on The Witcher were not fans of the source material, that they hated it and made fun of it and just wanted to do their own thing, I think that cemented Henry's decision to leave The Witcher. I mean, I'm sure, him knowing he can go be Superman and possibly get a better run at it. No, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I mean, he wanted to do both. I'm pretty sure he would have done both. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the guy's a fan, so they're treating him like they treat all those other fans, They treat geeks like shit. But anyway, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter can go fuck themselves. Nah. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them all involved with the new universe the best of luck. I don't. They literally can all go fuck themselves. And the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember. Superman is still around. Not really. I mean, I like this sentiment. Let me finish it. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. So the problem is, or the thing is, Superman is becoming less and less what we fans who love Superman recognize. Like, what he stands for has changed. Like, Man of Steel, Superman's killing people and stuff, so... And his dad's telling him he should hide, and, he's being paranoid, and he should hide, and all this stupid crap. And then the stupid way he died. Like, whatever, that's not Superman. Cavill physically represented him. And again, he's a fan, so he's somebody who, could bring much more with a better director who actually cared about Superman. But, yeah, I don't know. It sucks because, like I said, the guy's a fan. And so he's being treated just like all the fans get treated these days. And so I saw that, and then James Gunn put out this bullshit, these bullshit tweets. Let me see, let me find it. Oh, here's the thread. Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go. Fuck you, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. I'm not really interested in any of this shit. Like I said, Gunn could go fuck himself. I did like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, but he's been dropping in quality ever since. Among those on the slate is Superman. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on an earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. And whatever. So, it's taking a lot for me not to lose my shit. Again, with this young Superman bullshit, I don't care. Nobody fucking cares. You can do that later. You have the perfect guy to play Superman right now. Just tell a story with Superman as he is right now. The best, possibly the best Superman comic, All-Star Superman. Morrison starts the comic book off. First couple of pages, not even first couple of pages, I'm sorry, first couple of panels. Just lays it all out. You don't need any more than that. You get a brief little 2-minute, really 1-minute sum up of who Superman is, and then just get to the goddamn story. Just make a new story with Superman. The problem is, I think a big problem is with these writers, their heads are stuck up the ass of the 3-act structure. They have to we gotta make him change. Superheroes don't work like that. But when they have a young Superman, they can do this shit where he's young and naive and he's learning the ropes so that at the end of Superman, he could be Superman. As opposed to just write a good story about Superman doing heroic things, and that's it. You don't have to worry about him changing. Just do a good story. That's all people need. But they don't know how to do that. Yeah, right now, we'll see. Just some guy did a video. I think it came out, he released it today. At the time I'm recording was a few hours ago. And he was talking about how if James Gunn doesn't use Henry Cavill, then Marvel will simply pick him up. But I don't trust Marvel either. They're not going to do anything good with him. I don't know what characters he could play. I think just some guys suggested Hyperion or Captain Britain, but I don't think those characters are interesting. They're not going to do anything good with that. So it's dumb that they're doing this. He may do James Bond, but I don't trust Hollywood. So he'll unfortunately be James Bond in the era where we have people who don't want James Bond to be straight white male. So I feel bad for Henry, despite the fact that he's a successful actor, he's made a lot of money, and he'll have to pick up a lot of good roles. Guy seems to be a geek, a fan of geek properties, and he's getting messed over. He can't just get a chance to play it and play it right without other people interfering for one reason or another. But yeah, I'm checked out of MCU. I'm checked out of DC universe. I'm checked out at most of the superhero comics that are out there today, unfortunately. So I'm not really surprised. I feel bad again. Like I said, I don't feel bad just for him. I feel bad for Cavill fans who wanted to see him play Superman done right.